The 40 Lessons Podcast is a Shining Starlet Entertainment production.
Time for another week of life, love, and everything in between on the 40 Lesson Podcast. What's good, everybody? It's your boy 40 Lesson back at you with another week of love, life, and everything in between. Yep, we only been back a week and Tori needed a day off already. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of how the show goes sometimes. But it's free, so I can't make nobody come to work. So it's all to the good. But we got a very interesting show today. Leek is behind the camera as always. What's good, Leek? And to my right here, this beautiful woman that's sitting here rubbing on my hand. I hope y'all know that this must be the bae, because I ain't trying to get no sexual harassment charge on 40 Lessons, but everybody say hello to Crystal.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hello.
She waved at the people, huh? So, we doing a Black Love episode. That's why you're here.
Okay.
Last season, T'Challa, talked about how difficult it was in the dating game and just, how hard it was to find a suitable mate for a king such as I.
Right.
Wouldn't you agree with that statement?
Yes, I agree.
You would? You seem reluctant to agree
right.
there
No,
with me.
I agree.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just checking. So, we talk about a lot of relationship stuff on the show, and it's very rare that we're able to bring our viewership full circle with something we talk about. We talked intently last season about the dating process. We talked about how people need to stay out of situationships and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. Before we get the people to the point of how me and you became you and I, and have put our relationship in place and have started on our journey to the things we plan to do. As a woman that was single a little while ago in this dating scene, where was your head at in the dating process? At what point did you decide, okay, I'm going to do this again?
When I realized what I was missing during the process of dating, I always tend to date the same type of guy. And I felt like that particular guy something was missing there, so I had to go back to the drawing board, and that was meeting a godly man.
So not necessarily bad guys.
No, good guys, but they were missing that part.
But there was an element there in a man that you wasn't seeing.
Right.
And how did that leave you feeling? Like, at what point do a woman get to a place to where her type now becomes her preference and her standard change? So, you might have a type of guy you like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need him to be 6'1", 250. Mm-hmm. But I'll go for 5'10" and saved. Being saved is the standard. The height is more of the preference. You know what I'm saying? So at what point do you put more weight on one thing versus another? Because from your statement, it didn't seem like you was having a problem meeting men.
No, that wasn't
the issue.
No,
right. So then how do you start to say, well, I'm meeting guys, but these guys are missing something?
I think you have to find out what's more important.
And what was that process for you? That's what I'm trying to get at. What soul seeking did you do that really helped you kind of understand that, this is where I'm at?
Well, one is what you pray for, right? So I had to pray for that. And then praying for that, I ended up meeting people that were more into church, more godly guy. And then, the first one didn't work out. Mm-hmm. He was a Jehovah's Witness. And then you came, right?
Oh, okay. All right.
So you kind of fit the bill.
But okay, so him being godly, that's cool. And what else was it? I mean, was that the only other evolution that came with that thought process?
To be, well-rounded, be able to deal with me. Mm-hmm. I'm from Brooklyn.
Amen.
Right? So there's a balance, right?
Oh man, who you telling?
Right.
No complaints. I'm just saying.
Right,
what I'm saying? No complaints. But.
I like chivalry. I like open up the car door, being nice, and
And are women seeing that in the dating game? I mean, give the women a view of kind of what the challenges were, because you was meeting guys. It's a lot going on out there in the streets these days. So What was some of the things that kind of you was like, I can't believe that just happened? Like, what was some of the blown moments in the dating situation for you?
I mean, some guys open a car door, or you go out to eat, and you looking at each other like, who's gonna pay the bill, right?
Oh.
So
at grown ages, that's still a
grown.
struggle.
It
That's
is.
still a struggle.
It
huh?
is.
Dudes still having problem paying for checks.
Right,
huh?
right. Yeah.
Were they big bills? Were they regular bills?
I mean, they were regular standard bills,
like $30, $40, $50?
Maybe 60.
Maybe 60, and that was an issue for somebody.
Yeah.
Huh? Wow. And I guess that's just kind of different, huh? So how does that rub a woman when you go Dutch? Is it a big deal to go Dutch? If that's what they want to do, if you splitting the bill?
I'm not splitting no bill. You take me out to eat, you need to pay the bill.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We're not splitting no bill.
Yeah, trust me, y'all, I know, because we don't split. I'm meal prepping to save money these days. No. So you kind of had your viewpoint of what you wanted to see. And so, these guys show up, some of them being chivalrous, some of them not. Mm-hmm. They was educated.
Definitely educated.
Successful men?
Successful, yeah.
Doing
kids? Well for themselves. They had kids. I only wanted to date a man who had a child because I have a child.
Oh, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. You were a woman that only wanted to date a man that had children.
Yes.
Explain that preference that you had. Why is that? Well, why was that important for a man to have a child already?
I didn't want to have to teach someone how to raise a child. Or the conversations would be different if they're not familiar with raising a child. So there would have been conflict there. And
them being an uncle wouldn't have worked. That wouldn't have been enough
unless
experience.
They were raising the child.
Unless they was raising the child. That's an interesting, requirement on the list. Is most women be running around. I don't want to have no kids. I ain't dealing with nobody, baby mama. You know what I'm saying? But that was interesting. So you had a unique set of things you was looking for. What else kind of different that you was looking for?
You.
Can't make me blush on the show, babe. You can't do that. I'm T'Challa. You can't be doing that to T'Challa. No, but I understand. I'm just saying. Well then let's go ahead and bring it fast forward. Let's go ahead and move it along.
Oh Lord,
let's go ahead and move it along. So we were traveling.
We were.
And there was a morning in the airport.
It was.
Now, you got up that morning thinking what?
I got up that morning thinking I was going to Belize to celebrate my birthday. Mm-hmm. Have a good time with my girlfriends. Mm-hmm.
It was a girls' trip,
It was a girls' trip.
It was, because we was on a group trip sponsored by somebody. But you and your set of girls had signed up on the group trip.
Right.
Yeah.
I found the groups, we signed up, got our flights, and we were going to Belize.
And so, me on the other hand, was a single traveler in the group trip. Now, I'm telling people this because I want y'all to understand how this happened. She was in a group with girls. It was like 3-4 of them.
It was.
That was celebrating her birthday. I wanted to go on a trip, and I wanted to go to Belize, and I was by myself traveling, just happened to be in the group.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm trying to get people to understand is you kind of never really know what's the situation going to be that you may find what you're looking for in because, and I wasn't like interactive on the group thread. So it's not like you knew who I was.
No, I didn't because I was looking.
Right. So, and I didn't talk much in the group. So, and I wasn't looking. It wasn't like I was scrolling through the pics of the people that was going and trying to see who looked like what. Mm-hmm. So we really came upon each other blindly.
No, that's very true. Yeah.
So tell them what you did in the airport, because I want to show y'all how oblivious men be sometimes. Okay, so I saw her out my peripheral as I was going to check in because she checked in first, and it's early in the morning. It's like, what, 6:30 we was at?
It was probably earlier than that, yeah.
And I'm sitting there, ain't no woman trying to, you don't know if she had a coffee yet or what. Ain't nobody trying to get no Mac going at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I just really just looked out the side of my eye like, oh, shorty cute. Mm-hmm. And was moving over to check in. She had checked in and she was actually on her way to the security gate. So I thought I'd tell y'all about what she did in a minute. So I guess when I was checking in, she overheard another lady that was going on the trip asked me, was I with the Belize group? And I was like, yes. So after I'm checking in, I'm heading towards the gate. What looks like a woman looking for something in her luggage. That's what it looks like at the time. I later found out that this was a deceptive ploy to get T'Challa in a trap. And then go ahead and tell the story, because I know you'd have left that part out. You wouldn't tell people the truth, so I had to slip that part in.
Of course, you
right,
did.
right.
Of course
But
you did.
now you can go ahead and tell them what you did after that.
Well, the lady next to you was flirting with you.
This lady
she was
was
an
not,
older
you gotta
woman.
Stop
right?
telling this tale.
So I was like,
that
oh, he's
woman
going
was
to
not
Belize.
flirting with me.
I was like, oh, okay, he's going to Belize.
You left that part out.
Right. There you go. Because that's the only reason why I knew you were going to Belize. Because she asked you very loud, too. And you were in a whole other line. She shouted across the way.
Southwest got like 3 gates, so 3 little lines over there. It wasn't no whole nother line. It wasn't that big. It wasn't like an airport shout or nothing. It wasn't that big. But anyway.
So my radar went off. I was like, oh, he's going to Belize. He's handsome.
Oh. Say that last part again.
He's handsome.
Oh, shuck it, duck it, quack, quack. That's what I'm saying. Hamburger, who want to play? That's what I'm talking about. But go ahead.
So I got my luggage, and he was a little behind me, and then I slowed down. I actually stopped to tie my shoes.
Them shoes wasn't untied. I don't care what nobody say. Them shoes was not untied, man. Stop it. But go ahead.
So he stopped.
You tied the shoes. All right.
And I was like, you going to Belize? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to Belize.
Right.
He's like, oh, what gate you going? I said, let me see. He's like, I think it was gate 57.
We going to gate 57. That was our gate. And I said, oh, I think we're at gate 57. And I think I might have said something like, can I walk with you or
he's like,
something?
we can walk together.
And so we proceeded to walk towards the gate in conversation. And
Good girlfriends, though.
they hadn't got there yet.
Oh.
I got there really early.
Yeah, so, which was things and just a real quick sidebar, things you don't even notice that you can pick up on somebody in those type of situations. We both were at the airport way earlier than we needed to be, which kind of gives you an indication that you and this person kind of think alike and move in the same direction, because your flight left at what, 7:45, 8 o'clock or something?
It was 2 hours early. Not only that, it was all the way out in Dulles.
It was all the way out in Dulles. So that was another thing about this trip. The flight was all the way out in Dulles. 40 Lessons, a coach for life. For life coaching services, contact Dumisani Solwazi at thereal40lessons@gmail.com. That's thereal40lessons@gmail.com. So people were taking flights from several different airports. Some people in the group flew out of BWI. Some people flew out of DCA. And if you know where 40 Lesson Studios is, I'm very close to BWI.
Right.
I don't know why. I think it was a slight price variance that I decided to. I think the Dulles flight was going through Fort Lauderdale, which is why I took it. I think the other ones had a connection in Houston or something like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to go to Houston. I said I'd rather go to Florida. So that was funny. And she lives right out this way in the Elk Ridge, Jessup area. So, because I got my rule. You can't live further than Laura. You know what I'm saying? I got my 12, 15 minutes. You pass 15 minutes, you might be short. I'm not driving to see you. It's just you and Alexandra, all that, we ain't gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? But so anyway, back to that was the side. I'm just saying all those things kind of played into the moment. And so we talked for what seems like forever, because we talked in the security line. This little Indian girl was trying to rush her way through the line.
Yeah.
She got there late. Her flight was late. She trying to bump in front of everybody. And we looking like, I wish you would come over here talking about you about to get in front of us, And we end up going through the security gate, and we end up getting a good 20, 30 minutes at the gate of uninterrupted time and conversation.
30. Yeah.
And, we both of us playing ping pong, slipping in interview questions, trying to figure out, so... Oh, you married? Where your husband at today? And kind of found out that she was a mother. She kind of figured out I was a father. I think I had a 40 Lesson sweatshirt on that day. So she asked about that, and we got to kind of talking. So put people in the mind of where your head was at that moment. Because I didn't know. I really just thought I was being nice to a woman in the airport. I really didn't know that she had a slight attraction to me. We'll get to that later. What I did after all that, but go ahead and tell them where your head was at as all this was happening.
The conversation was really good.
T'Challa's conversation was on point. He's a communicator.
High communicator.
Man, your boy be trying to tell y'all how to do this. Nobody listens to me. I keep talking to somebody. Listen. Go ahead, babe. I'm just telling them.
The energy was the most important thing. The energy was really good between us, the conversation. And there was things you spoke about, life coach, which were things I was interested in. So it was good to hear someone of like-minded to think the same. So conversation was good. I was intrigued at the conversation and the conversation was real personal based. It wasn't about where we worked at. No. It wasn't none of this superficial stuff that go on in the DMV where folks trying to see how important you are and things of that nature. It was just really about the two individuals that was sitting there having a conversation. And that was different. And don't get me wrong, by the end of this conversation as her girls are walking up, my eyebrow is raised. I'm like, man, that was a double of talk. And listen, this is what I want. Listen, I ain't saying you got to do it, but I'm gonna say this. She was ready at 6 a.m. So I mean, outfit was, she had these cute little multicolored sneakers on. She had on some black jeans. She had on this red top, a little black jacket. She had her hair curled, and she had this little scarf she got. I like. She had this little scarf on, and her face was beat. She was good. She was at 6 a.m. She was ready to catch one, and she later said to me, "Tell me what you said when you while you was dressed like that." I mean, I'm available, right?
She was like, she said, "I'm available and I'm looking. That's right. I'm not coming out the house looking any kind of way." And I thought that was so honest that that she said that, like, I came out. This is what I'm gonna present myself because I'm trying to find a king and I'm gonna show him what his queen will look like if he's interested in this. And I just thought that I was just thinking, like, man, I think I had on some J's or some sweats.
You were very casually dressed.
Yeah, I was just like, I had brushed my teeth that morning. That's washed my face. I at least did that. But, I was just comfortably dressed. But I was just taken by the outfit and that she was put together. So I'm thinking, man, this is a nice little conversation brewing. We take a flight. We need to take a boat. She show him how you was clenched on the brother on the boat. Show him how you was clenched on the boat on the brother. She was all up on the brothers. I'm like, I'm in, right? You know what I'm saying?
Taking selfies, everything.
I was in the Navy for 10 years, so I'm on the water like, oh, this ain't nothing. We taking pictures. We having a good little time. She terrified. She like, yo.
I'm about to die.
She like, no. I just got to get back to my daughter. I'm like, you going to be fine. This water ain't nothing. We having a good time. One dude getting drunk on the side. It was just ridiculous. It was a very interesting situation. So we get over to the land and whatever, and I know she with a girl, so I ain't trying to cling or stalk her or nothing. I was like, hey, at some point in this weekend, cause we was there from like a Thursday to Monday. Mm-hmm. Remember what I said, y'all? Thursday to Monday. T'Challa asked for 2 hours and got curved. Do you hear me? Got curved.
You did not get curved.
Oh, go ahead and tell her.
You did not ask for my number.
Go ahead and tell her Nixon lie. Go ahead and tell her.
You have to ask for a woman's number. How do you expect to get in contact with her?
I did even better. I asked the woman out to dinner. Did I not?
I mean, you asked me to hang out with you for 2 hours.
I said, I know you're here with your girls. Can I get 2 hours of your time so that we can continue to get to know each other a little bit? Did I not do that?
You did.
In that sexy voice I just did.
I don't know about all that.
That's what I did. Curved me. Whole weekend. So, that was night one. Friday night, she happened to be on the balcony. Look at God. Let me tell you what God was doing this weekend. Not only did he put me on the same flight at the same airport at the same time as she showed up, but our room balconies were literally a coin toss away from each other.
They were.
So she come out on the balcony one night. I'm sitting out there doing what T'Challa do. Sipping a little brown, smoking a cigar. If you know your boy, that's what I do. Sitting on my balcony, chilling, enjoying a beautiful night in the islands of Belize. She walk outside and she goes, "What you looking at?" What did he say to you?
What did you say? You said, "I'm looking at my future."
That was night 2. I'm trying to vision cast to her. She ain't catching it. She ran back up in that
I said he crazy. I'm going back inside. I don't know him like that.
She ran back up in that suite so fast. So I saw her a few more times that weekend, but I kind of did my own thing. I hung out, I chilled, I had a good little time, smoked my cigars, went and found my coffee. I'm a real old man when I travel. It's so boring. No clubbing and stuff for me. I'm just where the food at, where the cigars at, where the coffee house. That's kind of how I travel. And I like to sit on the beach and relax. And I did all those things and had a great time. So we get back. We on the same flights going back. She ain't sit with me going back though. She was scared of me by then because she was like, man, I ain't said nothing to this dude all weekend. I'm just gonna stay out the way.
You want to talk to me?
Well, it was
Tell
reason.
about the airport.
It was
you
reason.
You want to talk to me?
So she tried to start a conversation when we was leaving the resort. She says, "Oh, you taking this taxi back?" I said, "Nah, I'm gonna take the next one."
He came in and gave me a head nod at the airport. Like I was like, "Oh, you're not talking."
I dipped in this little gift shop, found me a little mug. Like, man, what's she looking at me for?
I was so mad.
We been here all weekend. What you looking at me for now? Now you want the T'Challa. Now you curved me all weekend. So she gave me another shot. Planes get back. We at Dulles at the baggage claim. And she just stopped for a minute, just looked me in my face like, I know you gonna walk over here and say something to me, boy. I walked right out the airport.
You did.
I was like, you can't treat a king like that, man. You can't do the king like that. I'm T'Challa. So fellas, let me tell y'all, sometimes you gotta let them know that, hey, you can't be letting kings randomly walk out your life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take care of kings when they show up. But let me show you about Destiny. What? Maybe a month and a half later, she in a beauty shop. Her beautician is talking about Belize, that her and her boo was gonna go to Belize. Now, T'Challa had sent her a picture from when we was on the boat through her Facebook Messenger. Hadn't even checked the damn picture. She done had the picture since Belize. I ain't seen the picture. So then, because she was talking to her friend, she pulls up Belize pics. And somehow she ended up in her messenger and realized she had that pic. So she hit me up on the inbox. That's right, fellas. She slid in my DM, fellas. That's right. They slide in your DMs. Don't worry about it, fellas. They be trying to act like we be the only ones doing the slide. They slide in DMs. Then you slide, baby. She slid and tried to play me when she slide, y'all. Then she came at me like the boy ain't been doing this for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? She was like, hey, how are you? I was just kind of wondering when your next travel plans were. I'm looking at the phone. You know I gave the phone the side eye when it came to like, what? You worry about my travel plans? What you worry about my travel plans for? But I was a gentleman. I said,
so you got straight to the point.
I said, I ain't got no travel plans going on right now. Just chilling, you know, I ain't figured out what I'm going to do the rest of the year yet. How you been? She came back, did all the pleasantries and all that good little stuff. So somehow we, you know, kind of quickly went into, I've been wondering how you been doing. You know, we kind of didn't get to finish our conversation. I was like, oh, that's a conversation you ready for now.
The 40 Lessons podcast is executive produced by Shining Starlet Entertainment. For production consults, go to www.shiningstarlet.com.
And she was like, yeah, I am. I said, oh, you got time to, you know, engage and stuff.
You said, are you available in the next 72 hours? I was like, who says that? 72 hours? Like most people say, what you doing next week?
What do T'Challa always tell y'all? Be intentional. Don't I tell y'all that? I tell you be intentional. I said, if these folks ain't out here to waste your time, if things are serious, all you got to do is be intentional about the things that you want. And I said, are you available? She said, yes. I said, in the next 72 hours. Now, I don't know what her face was doing on the other side of that message.
I was like, no, he didn't just ask me. But I'm going to figure this out.
But I was dead serious. If I didn't see that woman in that weekend, I didn't think she was, you know, being for real.
That's fair.
She showed up Saturday evening. This was May 11th. The DM came May 10th. She showed up. We had our first date May 11th. Copper Canyon right over there in Woodmore. In Wakanda North over there in Prince George's County. You know, Waldorf is Wakanda South. but we We sat at a bar for about an hour and a half.
No, it was like 2 hours.
About 2 hours of just continued conversation as if we had known each other
for years.
And she been stalking me ever since. So now as we come into the relationship, you know, we've traveled together. We made it. We was gone, a week together? Mm-hmm. We was gone. We had one little spat while we... So, T'Challa is a planner. Like, a detailed planner.
Yes.
Like, yes. I plan...
everything.
If I take you somewhere, it's an experience.
Just bring the basics, because he's going to cover everything else.
Yeah, her wardrobe was even provided to her on this trip. Yeah, so... Listen.
It was amazing. And then every day I had a different surprise, a card, or a flower.
I'm telling these folks everything I do. So T'Challa a thug. Don't y'all even get it confused. I ain't out here doing none of that for him. You know what I'm saying? No. But no, it was a great week.
It was.
And so we had got to the point, she was just like, I don't want to go nowhere today. I don't want to do nothing. She was literally pouting. Like I just don't want to do nothing today. And I was like, okay. Ain't no big deal. And we didn't do nothing that one, but she was just like, and so later she said, she was like, it was just so overwhelming. Just everything just kept coming. She was like, everything, just thing after thing just kept showing up. She's like, I didn't know how to deal with that. So talk about that for a minute, how when you ask for something, right? And it shows up. Full-fledged throttle. What is that like?
It's hard to even accept at first. This is like, pinch me. Is it real? Is this really happening? Did I find someone that really balances me out and catering to me the way that I always felt I deserved? Mm-hmm. So now that it's here, it's an amazing feeling. It was a great experience. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It was a great experience with you that week.
It restored your faith in men?
It was very organic for me. Something new, to get that type of...
You hadn't had that experience in a dating situation before?
Booking the flight, getting the room, buying the clothes, scheduling events and planning that's at that location before we get there. Mm-hmm. I mean... No. Usually the woman is kind of... With
no travel agent or nothing, y'all. I did all this myself. I need all my points. Well, nobody booking nothing for me. I was up at night finding all these things, scoping out the restaurant. I took her to one place called Barcelona Tap.
That was nice.
I mean, just breathtaking view. I didn't even know the place was going to look like that good when we got there. And the lady takes us to the top floor and sits us on this table, and we see this panoramic view of the island.
Really nice.
And we were just like, oh, wow. I was sitting there like, I didn't know I was about to do that. I was like, surprised myself on this one. This is a little much. I expected it to be a nice water view or something, but what it was when we got there was something totally different. And I guess one of the things that, I was happy to find out was that we could have a good time. We went on that unusually long city tour that we got trapped on. We thought we was going to get smuggled in the country through sex trafficking or something. They had us on the bus forever. Like, we was about to text some family and stuff and send our location and something because we didn't know we was gonna make it back. They drove us to this little wooded area with with these new people, and they had their own little village stuff going on, and we had to eat their food. Wasn't no 7-Eleven or nothing around that joint. I was like, my bad, dog. But look, I told you we should have did the other thing. But no, it was cool though. It was a day. Experience. It was a good experience. We ain't never taking that city tour again. We go somewhere. Meant to know. I mean, the dude took us around all his homeboy places with a business. I mean,
all the expensive places.
He wanted us to buy towel. He wanted us to buy leather. Diamonds. He wanted us to buy diamonds. He took us everywhere. I like, this is a small business tour. What we doing? I should have known when it was only, $40 or something like that. I was like, this is a setup. No lunch provided. You had to get your own food. I'm like, what kind of city tour is this y'all got going on, man? But it was a good time. It was a good week. Because one of the things, the reason I bring up the trip is because you got to know travel is a love language we both share. We both love to travel, and that was another element you wanted in your person.
I wanted him to like to travel, see the world, do things.
And so we met on a trip that kind of made it even easier.
The cherry on the top,
right? He's going somewhere on his own and by himself at that, which was even.
And I don't plan on retiring here, so that's something that
exactly. And we both share that. We both plan on retiring out the country at some point. And I mean, we could talk all night about how scary the alignment of thought process is between the two of us. But I guess what I want people to understand is that the things that you're searching for are available.
They are.
And we both have come out of situations that was not the experience that we're having right now.
No.
And those situations both left deep hurt and trauma on us. And to be able to share that with each other and talk about those things in depthly were very helpful, I thought.
Yes.
Because it really helps you understand where your person is aching at and what you need to do to kind of help with that healing process. And, I'm always telling folks about the in-depth conversations they should have with each other, because that's how you really get to know what you're dealing with, what you're up against, and what you can expect as this thing moves forward and evolves. And so far, we've been lucky to be happy.
Yes.
Right?
Very happy.
So, I appreciate you coming by and being open with the people and sharing our story. I hope it can, we will be able to come back with updates as things evolve.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Y'all saw that? Boy, that hit was a meteor that just came down, wasn't it? It wasn't even a softball. That was a 97-mile fastball pitch right down the middle. Don't worry, baby. That day is coming. I told you. You gonna be all right. You just keep doing what you're doing. Don't go crazy over it. We gonna get you just what you're looking for. But the 40 lesson moment, if I have to give one, is as simple as this. I don't care what situation you in today. If that situation is dysfunctional, it is not fulfilling you, it is not making you happy, do not get caught in the place to where you think this is all that exists. You have no idea how much love and happiness is on the other side, just waiting for you to take a step in the right direction. You will be amazed how your life just flips, almost like a light switch. Yes. And just you go from this broken place to this place of love and joy that you would have never even imagined for yourself, and finding somebody who responds to you and goes back and forth with you in a way that you didn't even know was possible if you wasn't living the reality to what it is now. So I want y'all to stop settling. We don't settle. Yeah. Be intentional about what you're trying to do. If you got some standards, go after your standards. It's okay. It's okay to have standards. It's okay to want some things. There is a man out here that will step up to the plate and do the work for your hand in marriage. I assure you, I am not an exception to the rule. There are men like me throughout this world that are just looking for a woman to challenge him in a positive manner to make him step into the design that God created for him. So that's all I got for you, man. Maybe you'll make a guest appearance some other time on some other show, maybe in the future. Leak, it was always fun. You over there quiet, just holding up a clock, telling me when I need to stop talking. That's all she do, y'all. Leak just holds her phone up and be like, hurry up and shut up. That's what she do, man. Listen, we'll be back next week. I'm not sure what we talking about next week. I don't have the title in front of me, but I appreciate y'all stopping through to check out the Black Love episode, and I'm hoping that y'all will be, if you got some comments and you want to, ask some questions, or you got some things you're trying to figure out about your Black Love, let us know. We'll be happy to hear about it. Or if you got a praise report, tell us about it. We want to know if you used some of the stuff from last season and it's working for you. If you use some of it and it didn't work for you, pick better next time. That's all I got for you. But hey, man, as I always tell you, you say it's yours. Let's go get it. I'll see you next time.